Hey there guys, just a guy out on the range having fun today. It's been a while since I've been out on a range. July 2nd was actually the last time that I was out shooting. That was 5.5 months ago. Had an injury on my right elbow that has prohibited me from doing a good bit of shooting, as well as several projects. So those shots that you just saw me take, those were the first times that I've done live fire since July 2nd, and it looks like I have some work to do. So I figured I'd shoot some videos on my getting back into shooting. 5.5 months may not seem like a long time, but for me, who's used to going shooting at least once or twice a month, it has been hard to not go shooting as often as I would like. So my goal for today is just to assess where I'm at, see how much of my skills I've lost. Shooting is a perishable skill. I'd like to maintain some proficiency and also to see what my right arm can handle. I'm shooting 9mm today out of a Glock. It's technically Glock 22 converted to 9mm with a conversion barrel. But I was able to handle the recoil of a 9mm. Not necessarily anything to brag about, but I'm excited. I was a little worried that I wouldn't be able to even handle that. So I'm just going to put a few rounds down range, kind of assess where I'm at, what I'm capable of doing, and what I'm not capable of doing, as opposed to where I was 6 months ago. 6 months ago, I had just finished another time out at Front Sight. It's fairly competent with my various firearms, so we're going to see where we're at today. So let's start with a little bit of dry practice. Always good to do a little bit of dry practice before you get into a good live fire session. I'm going to work on mostly just trigger control, resetting that trigger, and making sure that I'm not flinching when I'm making that click happen. Yeah, the elbow is a little sore. All right. Okay, so since you guys can't see what I'm seeing, I guess I'll just talk a little bit about it. But normally when I'm doing a reset drill like that, just with dry practice, I'm able to keep my front sight exactly where I want it to be on my target. I can press through that. It doesn't wiggle at all. And right now I've got just a little bit of shakiness. And that's, I guess, the deterioration of that muscle memory over 5 months, as well as my arm not being what it used to be. So a little bit of wiggliness there. I'm not flinching when I'm pulling the trigger, which is good. That was one of my fears, was that I'd be all the way back at kind of square one, pulling the trigger and jumping every time. So let's go ahead and put some rounds in and see if I can hit something. I'm just going to go slow. We're not going to try and drive it fast, just trying to reacquire some of that comfort with this firearm. And I can already tell the things that used to be just second nature, I'm actually having to think a little bit about. Like remembering to put my hearing protection in before I take a shot. I also missed horribly. Oh, I have no clue if that was low or what? There we go. That should be better. That draw hurts. Alright, let's see. Okay. Yep. Come on. There we go. Let's try one of the little guys. I think I was a little high. So you guys can't see it because I have sunglasses on, but I'm flinching hard, and that's weird. It's been a while since I've been in the point. Normally I've got a dip, you know, if it goes off, and there's not a round where I press the trigger on an empty chamber. Goodness, words. Maybe my brain's deteriorating as well. But it is amazing to go from 6 months ago where I could watch that slide recoil, keep track of my front sight the whole time, and get back on target during recoil, versus now where I can't even see the front sight because I'm blinking after each shot, and I've got to reacquire my whole sight alignment, my whole sight picture. That's tough. That's tough. Yeah, I've got some work to do on that. A lot of that's going to be dry practice and getting comfortable with pressing that trigger again. Some of it's going to be just shooting more and getting used to an explosion happening 2.5 feet in front of your face. Let me get some targets set back up, and we'll keep working. All right, so next I think I'm going to try and get a little bit of a rhythm, try some controlled pairs. I think I'm going to do them from the ready because the draw from the holster is a little painful. That's something that I'm going to have to work on, probably dry, until I can kind of get that comfort level back. But we'll try some controlled pairs from the ready. See if we can take 2 targets at a time, a little bit faster. But yeah, I'm without my typical capability of being able to watch that front sight all the way through recoil. It's going to be slow. So, all right, from the ready. Yeah, missed both of those high. There we go. Yeah, I'm mashing the trigger a little bit. Nope. Yeah, we've got a Type 2. This is a good chance to see if I can remember and execute proper Type 2. So dead trigger, brass high, move out of line of attack, tap, rack flip. That's a Type 3. And that chamber check is never going to happen in a reflexive check there, but I think I'm empty. Yep, I'm empty. The good news is it wasn't painful to do that. The bad news is I did have to think it through. Yeah, normally I would not have to think as much. I wouldn't have talked through it like I did. I would have ended up just grabbing it and going. But those controlled pairs aren't terrible. Still not what they used to be. So, all right, well, let's set some targets back up and see where we're at. So for this one, I'm going to go ahead and try the draws. Just 1 shot per target, drawing from the holster, just to see if I can kind of get back into that rhythm or if it's just going to be too painful to do that. And I think we'll probably end the video there. I'm going to make a few more of these, I think, just showing you guys progress as hopefully I get back into this and recover some of what I've lost over the past few months. It is a little depressing. I'm not as bad as I was afraid I would be, but nor am I as good as I was hoping I would be. I was really afraid I wouldn't be able to handle the 9mm at all. That doesn't seem to be a problem. I've got some 40 with me I might try out in another video. The draw is still pretty rough, but let's try the draw and see if we can hit anything with 1 shot. Ourselves loaded up here. All right, and we're gonna try and go 6 for 6. That's always the goal. Oh, I'm bowling. I've got a nice little bowl because of my elbow. All right, let's see if we can do this. Yeah, I can't get that high. That's getting a little better. Yeah, I can't get the gun up as high as I'm used to, so I'm doing kind of this half bowl to get up where I really need to be driving straight out with it. And those last couple I got the drive. Oh, a little high. But that drive really does help line up the sights. That plate doesn't look like it's doing so well. Ah. All right. We're still slow. And there's another type 2. Tap, rock flip, and we're empty. Well, I suppose that's it for now. I'm going to give my elbow a rest, and we'll see where we are. I might do a little bit of dry practice just to kind of retrain my body what to do. If you have suggestions for an elbow injury, feel free to leave them in the comments below. It's the best place to get medical advice is in the comments of a random YouTube video, so feel free to drop that in there. There'll be a few more of these, so hope you look forward to that. Thank you to all of you who have been commenting and watching several other videos. I still don't know why YouTube picks the videos that they do as the most popular ones to show you guys, so make sure you check out some of the other videos that are better than the ones that YouTube recommends. But thank you guys for watching, and we'll see you guys next time. Stay safe, and hopefully you get to go have some fun in the range soon.